What's behind this barrage? It's an old trick. If you can't change people's minds, change the subject. The president is trying to change the subject, to distract people from their chief concern, the economy, for which the president also refuses to admit any personal fault. So now he has resorted to cheap tricks. When all else fails, blame the rich, right? Wrong. Freedom Watch is dedicated to exposing this kind of government chicanery and illuminating the facts. If you continue to believe the rich are why the economy is in the mess it's in, you've fallen for the president's populist trap. He'll like you. Meanwhile, House Republicans are facing a different sort of trap. After the budget bickering on Capitol Hill that resulted in a 5-day budget, both houses of Congress find themselves far behind schedule on appropriation measures for fiscal 2012. The Senate has 11 annual appropriation bills left to pass, and the House has 6, which means we will likely see another dreaded omnibus spending bill, certain to be laden with still more pork barrel projects. My next guest says that's exactly what the Democrats want. Here now, Texas Republican Congressman Randy Neugebauer. Congressman Neugebauer, it's a pleasure. Welcome back to Freedom Watch.
Well, Judge, it's always a pleasure to be on your program.
Is this sort of like Groundhog Day, the same thing over and over and over again? Are we actually going to watch the Congress debate over pork barrel spending? And will the Democrats manipulate this into one grand bill in which we spend more money than the government collects, so it'll be an up or down with little opportunity to debate the merits of each of these spending monstrosities?
Well, it is, and it's a shame. You know, Congress needs to do its job. The American people are not very happy about that, Judge. I mean, in the House, we got 6 of the 12 spending bills done. We still lack 6, but we're running out of time. As you know, we had to have a CR the other day. We extended the government to November the 18th, and then on November the 18th, we're either going to have to look at another CR, or we're probably going to look at either one omnibus bill or many buses, as they call them, grouping together these. And when you do that, then you circumvent, the normal process. And what's unfortunate about that is because in these first 6 bills, conservative members of Congress like myself, we offered a number of amendments that actually began to throttle back and cut spending for some of these very wasteful programs. But if we have to lump all of these together, I fear that we lose some of the ground that we picked up when we did those first 6 bills.
Well, why is it, Congressman Neugebauer, that the Congress is so dysfunctional? I mean, you couldn't run your household. You couldn't run with a 7-day CR, continuing resolution, with a 45-day budget. You need to know well in advance what money is going to come in and what expenditures you're going to have. The Congress is the only institution in the country that thinks it can operate efficiently like this.
Yeah, and it's not working, and the American people, as I said, they're not very happy about that. One of the big problems we have is that this administration doesn't get what's going on in our country, and they keep wanting to spend and borrow money that we don't have. And the president's brought this new jobs package, which is just another stimulus package, H.R. 12. And by the way, Judge, no member of the Democratic Party in the House has co-sponsored that bill. Even the Democrats, I think, realize that this is not the direction that we need to go. Yet we got the president going around the country telling Congress to pass a bill that even his own party has not co-sponsored.
Well, the same thing has happened in the Senate, Congressman Neugebauer, where Harry Reid won't let the bill come to the floor because he knows that enough Democrats will vote against it in concert with all the Republicans, and it'll lose. This is not the way to run a government. This is an attitude that says the Congress can fix the economy. The best thing the Congress could do would be to get out of the way and let investors and consumers and entrepreneurs and the law of supply and demand fix the economy. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, and what you're going to see Republicans doing in the House is we're passing a number of bills that basically are designed to get the government out of the way. As you know, this administration is spewing out regulations by the hundreds. In fact, the first 102 rules that came out of Dodd-Frank, for example, take 10.8 million hours of compliance time. It only took 7 million hours to build the Empire State Building. We're seeing the repercussions of Dodd-Frank in that we now see banks are going to have to go and raise the cost of checking accounts across the country. And so basically what we've got is an administration that wants to take money out of the economy and filter government. And what, as you pointed out, the government's not doing a really good job of getting that money back out into the economy in ways that really create jobs. And That's the reason. Government can't create jobs.
Boy, I wish the Democrats and even some of your Republican colleagues could understand that. Switching gears before we let you go, how bad, how serious is this Fast and Furious scandal in which the ATF let military-grade weapons get in the hands of Mexican gun lords, and 2 of those weapons killed a federal agent, and the Attorney General is now being accused, I don't know if it's true, being accused of not being forthcoming to the Congress about it?
Well, I tell you who's furious, and that's the American people that this actually happened, and it was bundled like it was, and they're going to even be madder if we find out that the Attorney General came and misrepresented, facts about this case. I think what the American people do deserve, and I think our committees in the House are going to do that, is a thorough accounting of what happened, why it happened, and
right.
what, more importantly, what's in place to keep that from happening again.
Congressman Randy Neugebauer, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Judge.